What's great about Chat GPT is that it's writing things that always make sense and is not over keyword stuffing. So whether you take it just as is, or whether you use that as the baseline to finesse your listing, the results are pretty impressive.
What you've done is you're like, hey, you don't have to use the prompt. Just put in the stuff that you want. We're already pulling all this. We figured out the prompt. And then not only that, it's going to do its magic. And then right from there, you can push it live.
I think the benefit to sellers, business owners, agencies is that you're moving from being a content writer into a content editor. That's a good place to be.
Hey everyone, I have an awesome guest today, John Tilley from ZonGuru, who has an insanely cool tool update. You are going to be so geeked out about this as much as I am. So ZonGuru, if you don't know, is an insanely good keyword research tool. But one of the things they have built into it is the ability to edit your listings with the power of keyword research, which you should be doing. And so I'm super stoked to get into it. But first, I would love for you to introduce yourself, maybe spiel a little bit about how awesome ZonGuru is.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Yeah, good to be on. I'm excited to announce and show your listeners and viewers this cool tool integration. Essentially, we have our flagship tool is our keyword research tool, but we have about 17 different tools to essentially run the operation of an Amazon storefront, both for sellers and agencies. And the latest integration that we have is integration with our listing optimization tool with Chat GPT. So the end result is essentially in under a minute, you can get a page one ready listing that essentially beats all of the competition and is well optimized in under a minute. And then you can go ahead and edit it further and finesse it and bring your creativity to it. But the bulk of the content writing is done in under a minute, which is a game changer.
Yeah, I think one of the maybe more difficult things of integrating the keyword into your listing is obviously making it you don't want to keyword stuff. That was so circa 2004, when everyone's just keyword stuffing everything in bullet points, made absolutely no sense and you're just ridiculous. Obviously keywords in the listing indexing, you want to get those things in there, but you want to get them in there in a way that's going to be organic, feel natural, and not make the shoppers go, what the heck? Make you think you're undervalued.
Yes, 100% agree. I think there's still some strategies around keyword stuffing to a degree that people have seen some results with, but they typically do that on launch and then update their listings after. From our side, and what we recommend always is not to keyword stuff. We find that if you use exact phrase and even broad match and phrase match specifically, you can get a lot done in your title that really makes sense. It seems professional and it works really well with the algorithm. What's great about Chat GPT is that it's writing things that always make sense and is not over keyword stuffing. So, whether you take it just as is or whether you use that as the baseline to finesse your listing, the results are pretty impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. And I myself have played with Chat GPT. It's really great. But the trick to getting it to do something as amazing as what you have it doing inside of your tool is good prompt, meaning you have to give it context and you have to very precisely explain what it is that you want it to create for you. And if you just go in there and say, write me an Amazon listing, it's not going to do that great of a job. But what you've done is you're like, hey, you don't have to use the prompt. Just put in the stuff that you want. We're already pulling all this. We figured out the prompt. And then not only that, it's going to, again, do its kind of magic. And then right from there, you can push it live to the platform. Am I correct?
Exactly. Yeah. Part of our beta and what we've been testing, we have a lot of sellers on our team and our engineering departments, our product team, and they've been putting it to the test. And it has been interesting to see not only what you prompted with, and the beauty of ZonGuru is that we have excellent data that we can prompt it with, whether it's from keywords or product context or even sentiments from reviews, etc. But how you prompt it, the order that you prompt the AI and everything you do there makes a difference. Point being is that, again, it's about giving you in something that might have taken you an hour or something in 1 minute that is original, unique, done in the right way, very well optimized, that you can use as a baseline to do your final finessing. I think the benefit to sellers, business owners, agencies is that moving from being a content writer into a content editor. And that's a good place to be because the content editor is going to make the difference by bringing their creativity and their final expertise to something that's giving them the baseline. It's a significant product value add right now. And we're getting a lot of great response.
Yeah, absolutely. I myself, I put out a decent amount of content. I always find it is so much easier to tweak something that's already there and 80, 90, even 99% there, add your thing than sitting, staring at a blank page and going, okay, I need to put these keywords in here. But Like, how does this fit? It does the bulk of the legwork for you.
Yeah, and importantly, matching against, at least phrase match against most of the keywords. And what's great about ZonGuru is we built the tool, all of our tools, to give you context. We always answer the question like, hey, not if you're doing a listing optimization, we don't just say, hey, these are all the keywords to add to your listing and this is your final listing. We score that listing versus any of your competitors. And that's a really valuable thing to do, especially in the Chat GPT world where you might not trust the output of the content, but if you can get that content scored against the best listings on page one and you're doing better than them, the context is there to know that you can have confidence in the listing and you can move forward.
Yeah, I love that. So everyone's probably like, holy crap, this sounds amazing. And you have said that you would be kind enough to give us a quick demo of the tool and how it works and show people, okay, so this is how you use it and this is how awesome it is.
100%. Let's jump in. I'll show you. All right. So this is ZonGuru. Again, we're an operational tool set for sellers and agencies. There's 17 different tools. I'm going to jump into our tool in the listing optimization, which is our flagship tools. And the tool that I'm going to show you is listing optimizer. So we'll jump over there. I'm going to show you this example here, the golf cooler. I just typed in by keyword golf cooler listing optimization. So I'm going to jump in here, explain the screen in detail. This basic structure that I've given you here is we're going to import some keywords from onto the left-hand side there. They're going to be the most relevant side. We're going to add at least 3 or major competitors in the golf cooler space. Look at how those listings are rated or how they score from an optimization perspective. Load a listing with AI. So, what I've gone ahead and done is I've just pulled in, this is the called Frostbox golf bag. It's actually, if I just go over here on my Chrome extension, I'll just load it. This is the Chrome extension on Amazon. You can see Frostbox over here. It's the top rated organic listings on the page. We have this indicator of brand and the top converting listings from brand analytics. Take the Falcone cooler over here and I'll go back into the listings. I can simply go over here, click on AMZ. And what it's going to do is pull in that whole listing, title, bullets, description, as well as something interesting with the back-end search terms where it's pretty unique. So I pulled in all the copy for strongest listings on page 1 for golf cooler bag. I'm going to go ahead and add the keywords. So keywords on fire, which is our keyword tool. I'll take all the keywords and I'll just take golf cooler. I just ran a session on that. So it's going to pull in all the most relevant keywords, search volume, the relevancy score, and then the competitors and how they've added those keywords, exact phrase or broad match into the listing. And then we give you a score on the right-hand side. So you can see the one I just loaded has a score of 26,000 and it's in the top % of all listings on page 1. This one over here, which was middle of page 1, is 25,000. It's in the top 14% of all listings on page 1. And then the number 1 organic listing is a score of 31,000 and it's in the top 7%. What I'm going to do is just import the keywords from keywords on fire. So I've gone ahead and just imported the keywords, all of the keywords, and you can see they've loaded on the left-hand side. So we give you keywords, search volume, the relevancy score, and then of the 3 competitors where they have the listing, exact, broad, or phrase match. So that's the keywords on the left. And then on the right, we've given a score based on how well they optimize for the keywords. So you can see, Frostbox golf bag, which is the number 1 organic listing, has a score in the top 7%. This one here is in the top 14% over here. And then this one that we just added is in the top 13%. So pretty well optimized listings based on how well they've optimized for the most relevant keywords, exact match, broad match, phrase match, title, bullets, and description, and back-end search terms, right? So that's the score that we've had for those 3 listings. What I'm going to do right now is go ahead and AI generates a unique brand new listing based on all of our prompts, and it's going to take 30 seconds. So I'm going to click on this button right here. Sometimes 30 seconds, sometimes
I love
45.
this may take 30 seconds. Like 30 seconds is a long time to make a whole listing.
Yeah. We'll see what it scores like. I've had some scores come back. Okay, we'll see now. 29,000, so not bad. It's almost better than the best ones. Sometimes I've had the score up, but I'll go over it in a second. But all right, so let's pick it up again. Okay, so I've gone ahead and run that listing. It took 30 seconds, and we've got a brand new AI listing generated, unique content. And right now, you can see right off the bat, the score is 29,000, and in the top 10% of all listings on page 1. So better than 2 of the 3 right off the bat. The other thing is we had the back-end search terms yet. So You can see the titles are, obviously professionally done. You can see golf accessories, beer sleeve, insulated cooler bag, 6-pack cooler. You can actually go ahead and even regenerate the AI title if you like. If you don't like that one, generate another one. Bullets, and you can see it's structured where you have the benefit up front, and then it follows by a copy, all the way through, even descriptions. We have page breaks, everything needs to be included there. And then it doesn't even have search terms yet. So if we go ahead and add the final search terms, it's going to improve the score. So you can see all of the keywords in gray have been included in the listings. Anything that's dark green has not added to the listing yet, right? So, drinks, dispenser, hidden, a few words here that we could add.
It's even going through that, and Spencer doesn't make sense for this.
100%.
If you're going through here, you're like, I don't know if that makes sense to add.
But it might actually have one, and then you can go ahead and add it. So, the point is, on that baseline, you can go ahead and finesse it further. Right now, I've just gone ahead and added some of the backend search terms, and you can see the listing is the best on page 1 out of all of these listings, right? 35,000 in the top 5%. So the listing could be done. You could go ahead, obviously, and finesse it. You can take out a few words, regenerate the copy, the title, etc. And when you're happy with the listing and you think it's exactly where it needs to be, you go and publish it direct to Amazon. This will almost like a flat file upload, just publish it direct to your listing. That'll go live and you can move on to your next listing. So, something that would take you a number of hours is literally taking you just a couple of minutes. And, we're seeing that, on average, it's about a 36% improvement over the best listings on page 1. So it's significant. And again, nothing's overstuffed. It's written in that makes sense. And certainly this is the beta, and there's a lot of that we're going to be doing in the future. We'll be able to add tonality so you can go formal, playful, however you want to do it. So
yeah, I'm sure you want to get those bugs worked out. I don't know if you've ever used Chat GPT and be like, be crazy. So sometimes it goes a little too far.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool. So I'm assuming this kid wants this to be insanely valuable to be able to really write your own kind of professional listing copy. But I'm assuming you could also take this and optimize your current product pages, correct?
Yes, 100%. And so, take the test yourself, take your listing, you can just simply upload it and then, run Chat GPT against it and see if it beats your listing. So a lot of people right now are doing that, where they're taking their listing, seeing how it scores, the AI against it and seeing what happens. So, feel free to take the test.
Very cool. So you're saying like, hey, go run this thing, check it against your listing. You don't have to hit publish if you don't want to, but it's well worth just going through and checking on it just to see what it comes up with.
Yeah, or you can even add your own listing, and then, as I showed you for the title, bullets, etc., you can just run AI on that section. So if you're like, hey, I want to rewrite my description or my bullets or features, you can just do that part within your listing. So a lot of like flexible ways for you to use it. Now, obviously, all of it is driven by the power of the prompts, and a keyword tool is extremely powerful. And I think what we do differently is we give you the most impactful, relevant keywords, but not only just the keywords that competitors index for, but we dedupe that with what people are actually typing into Amazon right now through brand analytics, other API data. So we truly try and get at the keywords that are current, that are being typed into Amazon, and you will see a difference between our keywords and other competitors, especially in even local markets. We get at the local words that people are typing on those products, which is great. So you certainly will have the best optimized listing, but also based on keywords that other tools just don't find, which is a game changer.
Awesome. Well, it's pretty quick to be able to run these optimizations. So I really, really appreciate you being willing to come on and demo that for us. There definitely is a link down below. So if you want to go check out the tool, go click on that link. You can check it out. I'm sure we will see you around. I really appreciate that.
Yes, and listeners, use that link because it is beta. And so through that link, you would get access to the beta. It's actually free right now as part of the subscription. So, it's literally an amazing deal, and you can get in and start trying that and seeing how you go. And, we obviously track listing optimizations across our whole customer base. And right now, we're sitting at around 82% increase in revenue from customers that actually implement the listing optimization using our keyword tool and our listing optimizer on their business. So we know it works. We know that there's significant results on the revenue when you actually optimize a listing. And now you can do it even faster. It's literally just hitting a button and it can get done. So, it's worth giving it a try.
Awesome. Well, you brought us into the future. I, for one, appreciate it.
Thank you so much.